Hey, just want to let you guys know what you're about to watch. You're about to watch a clip from my most recent Twitch stream. If it's something you're interested in, definitely feel free to follow me on Twitch. The link is in the description. I'm just going to try to post these out a little bit. So the reason why I want to make this intro is on YouTube. Definitely let me know in the comments below what you think of these streams. If you like seeing them on the channel, if there's a way I can improve them, or, I appreciate all feedback, positive or negative. So without further ado, I'll just show you the clip of the stream that you clicked on the video for. Who's your MVP? Well, that question can be fielded in two different ways, right? It's who do I think is going to be MVP, or who is the MVP for me so far. And who I think is going to be MVP is the same answer for me, though. It's Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Mahomes has been incredible. I got to be honest, I don't get how Russell Wilson is in the MVP consideration. Like, he isn't having a good season by his standards. Like, he's not playing MVP. He's currently thrown 10 interceptions. It's just not been a great year for him. He started off strong, but I feel like the only reason he's still even getting talked about is because there's the whole he's never had an MVP vote thing. Which I guess I get, but it's like, it's not a career achievement award. It's who played the best season. Mahomes is playing the best season right now. Like, the same reason people wanted to give it to Wilson last year. It's like, no, Lamar was better. And, I mean, granted, he got every vote, so the voters got it. Yeah, no one's open. That's the problem, is if you can stop the run against Lamar, like, they don't have the receivers that can really get that open. You could upload the VODs to a separate YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. Do you think Clyde Edwards-Helaire has been bad compared to other rookie QBs? I don't think I understand that question. Are you saying, do I think he's been bad compared to other running backs? Is that a typo, or I'm not sure I get that one. Okay, Thought Pockets agrees. Rookie. Oh, you said it. Yeah. I mean, I think that he's this just been not a great rookie running back class for whatever reason. Just hasn't been as good. Who wins most improved player? How about Quinnen Williams? I feel like he's played really well this year, and he was looking like a bust after his first year. So the Jets haven't had a lot go well, but maybe him. I don't get how people think the Chiefs are good without Mahomes. Like, he isn't the soldier team. I mean, yeah. Like, you're not wrong. Like, obviously the Chiefs have plenty of talent around him, but he's still clearly the best player in football in terms of quarterback, like most valuable. Like, I think you can say Aaron Donald is better, like, per position if you take positional value out of account, but quarterbacks just mean so much more. I thought the Ravens got Des Bryant. Why is he not playing? I'm imagining he's just not good enough right now. I would think. Maybe he doesn't know the playbook, too. Yeah, this is a problem. This is not good. Well, yeah, I mean, one of the things that always kind of frustrates me is I don't get why you put the tight end there. If you're going to have the tight end now one-on-one block, that's Winovich, I believe. Winovich is 50, right? Winovich is 50. Yeah, because now Winovich is a good pass rusher. He's not the best, but now you have a couple of tight ends blocking one-on-one. Like, I'd rather Zeus to be blocking Winovich than you have a tight end doing it. Okay. How about Josh Allen? I like Josh Allen, but again, MVP, no. But he's playing well. He's playing a lot better than he played last year, I think. He's continuing to improve. In terms of most improved. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I even said he's improved a lot. Yeah, you could definitely make that argument. Again, it depends on how much. It's tough because part of it is how bad were you last year. But yeah, I think that's a good thing. Any chance you'll start reviewing college football? Probably not. I mean, I always will make the occasional video, like during the big games. Like, I'll make one about playoff games and stuff, and when the draft is coming up. But I'm just not as big of a college fan, so it's not as interesting for me. But again, if there's views there and there's a market there, I'll review college football. I thought he would be activated too, considering how underwhelming. Yeah, I mean, when Willie Snead is your wide receiver one, you think that, like, hey, give him a shot. But yeah, I guess it just hasn't worked out well. What do you think about Devin Duvernay on the Ravens? He gets the ball about 3 times a game. Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's someone I was sort of excited to see, and he's been kind of like, I feel like he's been solid, but he just doesn't get the ball much. So let's see. This is going to be a cover 3 zone, just a little gap in that coverage. Good play. Lamar can play quarterback. Big Ben for MVP. Yeah, Saucebot says he's more of a game manager. I think I agree. I just think that he's in the conversation, but he has to make up some ground, I think. Dez only runs 2 routes anyway. Just throw him in there. Yeah, exactly. Just put him in there to goal line. Give him a fade. Yeah, I love that. Okay. Yeah, so just a little Lamar run. Well, there you go. That's what you're supposed to do. See, that was well blocked. I don't know. I mean, the Ravens are 6-3, and everyone's acting like they're this awful team. Have they taken a step back? Yeah, but we figured they would. I mean, they were so ridiculously good last year. Like what? Weren't they like the second in terms of like touchdowns per drive? The only team that scored more was the 07 Patriots. Like, ridiculous. The whole reason people put Russ in the MVP conversation is because he's more valuable to the team than anyone else. But it's not team MVP award, it's league MVP award, and he hasn't been the most valuable player in the league. Well, yeah, I think that's part of it too, is they say, well, he's carrying this bad team to wins. But I think that's a bit overblown as well. I think the Seahawks do have talent on their offense. Like, I don't get why everyone acts like it's a bunch of scrubs. Like DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, their line's been fine this year. It really has. People don't want to admit it, but the line's been fine this year. Tell me your Super Bowl predictions. Preseason, I said Saints, Ravens. I'm going to stick with the Saints, although the Drew Brees injury is concerning. And then I'll change Ravens to Kansas City. I think but again, it's so interesting, right? Because part of why I said I thought the Ravens were going to go to the Super Bowl is because they have an easier schedule. Their division, the AFC North, has an easier schedule than Kansas City's division does. So part of me was just thinking, like, because of that easier division, maybe, or easier schedule, I mean, they can find a way to get more wins, get that number 1 seed, because now the number 1 seed means way more since only 1 team gets a bye as opposed to 2, although it might be 0. But if Pittsburgh ends up with the number 1 seed, which they very well might, like, that's a huge difference, and that could end up being the difference. I think Kansas City has a top 5 defense on top of having, like, a top 5 offense. Like, they're absurdly good. You can make the argument they have the best passing attack and best secondary in the NFL. They're fantastic. Okay, Big Ben gets carried by his defense. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, he's playing well. He's just not MVP. Game managers rarely win MVP. MVP is more for a guy that's carrying. Again, I think that a game manager could win MVP if he's the most valuable player at being a game manager, right? I just don't think he's there yet. Hollywood Brown is a bust. I mean, yeah. I mean, he's not. There's still time, but yeah, it's not looking good. 4 touchdowns. Nah. IDK about carrying. I think Hollywood would truly benefit from a true number 1 receiver. I do too. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't lived up to the hype of being a first-round pick, but like he still has, like, you can be a bust and still be a valuable player. You know what I mean? Like Clowney. Clowney is a bust. Like, he wasn't worth the number 1 overall pick, but he's still like a valuable player. Like, I still think Brown has talent. He's just not. You're right. He needs the number 1 receiver. That's the way I should have said it. I don't think anyone in the NFC are as true contenders. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think people are sleeping on New Orleans. I really do. I think New Orleans is so complete. But again, the Breeze injury does hurt, but I think that they can stay afloat with Winston, and I think they'll be good. I think they're not the most exciting team, but they're really good. You reviewing the SEC would be good, Alabama and so on. Why does everyone complain about the Ravens receivers when Tom Brady had worse receivers most of his career? Ravens receivers this year is better than the Patriots. Well, because he's not as good of a thrower as Tom Brady. Like, that's fine. Like, obviously, I don't think anyone's comparing him to prime Tom Brady. Like, he's a solid thrower, but like let's relax a little bit. Like, I don't know. I just feel like, and Brady's had good receivers for most of his career too. I think that's a fallacy. Like, there's plenty of Pro Bowl receivers that have played with Tom Brady, and plenty of good receivers. He's had Julian Edelman most of his career, or at least a good chunk of his career. He had Rob Gronkowski. There was the 1 year of Randy Moss. Like, he's had. I'm not going to say that they've been loaded, but it's not like they've been terrible either. Without Breeze, New Orleans seems a lot weaker. I don't know, because I don't think that they rely on their quarterback the way other teams do. And I think Winston's a good backup. So I think that I actually think the opposite. I think they're one of the teams that can survive without their starting quarterback. Winston this year is a better backup quarterback than Bridgewater was last year. I don't know about that. I mean, just look at what Bridgewater's doing with Carolina. And plus, Bridgewater's a better fit. But Winston has a higher ceiling, I guess, just a lower floor. But see, look at this. So you want to run. Again, these plays just aren't working. And again, that's why I get so annoyed with this Lamar Jackson is washed up or whatever. Like, I mean, look, so first you see Winovich really come in hard. Good job by him. Those are the two routes. Neither one of them are open. And again, you're playing New England. They have a good secondary. It's not a great throw from Lamar either, but it would have taken a perfect one for it to be complete. So, like, that's the problem is I think that, for this style of offense, teams can sell out to stop the run. That's what teams can do. I mean, look at how many guys are around the middle, and part of that is because of the formation Baltimore's in as well. But you have to kind of sell out to stop the run, and in doing that, it makes throwing the ball so much easier. But the problem is they still have guys who can win just one-on-one matchups, or they don't have guys who can win one-on-one matchups deep, and that's a problem. So yeah, sorry, I feel like I haven't talked too much about this game. I didn't expect for it to go on too long. My Cardinals video. Let's see. Okay, so there's going to be holding here, and it was an incomplete pass. I want to watch this again. So what is this? Ooh, well, see, this isn't a great throw from Lamar. He's on the run, throwing across his body, so I get it. But honestly, for Lamar, just throw it there. Like, that's an easier throw for you to make, given where you're going. So, it's tough. I mean, it's a tough throw. But yeah, I mean, it's fair to say, like, that's fair to criticize him on. There was a hold anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered. So did the rain gradually get worse or just cut to full-blown cyclone mode? I'm not sure exactly how. Sometimes it's hard to tell because it doesn't pick up on camera when it's like light rain or even like medium rain. So sometimes you only notice it when it's like torrential downpour. But yeah, it might have also just, I don't know. Maybe someone who is from New England might be better at figuring that one out. The center had a lot of really bad snaps to hurt. Yeah, it was weird. He did, and so did for Philadelphia. That was the problem as well. Kind of weird. Yeah, I mean, those are what Peyton Manning always said. One botched snap is one too many. Well, see, it's crazy, right? They're playing man, and it almost feels like the defensive line's job. Like, look at him. Watch this. Look at him. 70? Yeah. It almost seems like he's just run blocking here, or run defending here, right? Where he just stays there, and he's like essentially just two-gapping, but it's a passing play. And his job is just saying, hey, Lamar at a certain point is going to try to run the ball since we're playing man. I'm just not going to let him run it. I'm not going to try to rush the passer that much. and we're going to force him to throw the football. That's really fascinating, right? That's what teams are doing because they don't have the receivers that can get open. They just don't. The center in general didn't have a good game. Gotcha. Maybe I'll keep an eye on that. Well, see, this is good. Like when they're playing zone, Lamar can throw. Lamar can beat. That's the thing about Lamar Jackson is Lamar Jackson is really good at throwing when he's playing against zone coverage, and he's really good at running when he's against man coverage. But the problem is, as you see, the defensive line can essentially run block when it's a passing play. I keep saying run block. Run defend when it's a passing play. And then they can, play man behind him. You can't do it too much, but it's something you can do here and there. And now you have that opportunity, whereas you really didn't have that last year. So that is a big part of it. It's not all of it, but. So the edges just run in, and the two Ds run a sort of contain. Yeah, exactly. Or, I mean, you can change it up. But that's what they did on that one, yeah. Or just be right. Well, see, that didn't work. See, I think they were trying to do a similar thing. But this time, Baltimore looked a little bit more ready for it. So in this, they're just doing a twist. Like, that's just traditional. But here, again, so the idea is they have a double team on 70. He gets blocked to the edge. I'm imagining Belichick wants 70 to be ready for a Lamar Jackson run. So it's not really so much like you're designing your whole play around it. It's just more so keep your head up, be more aware of the run, just really focus on it more. Prime J.J. Watt or prime T.J. Watt? J.J. Watt. I mean, T.J. Watt's great. It maybe is having the start of a Hall of Fame career. J.J. Watt had some of the seasons that you could argue are up there with like Lawrence Taylor and Reggie White of like the best seasons ever. Well, that's not good. What is this? 2nd and 5. Also, notice that rain, man. That's crazy. Yeah, so again, this is man. Like, on paper, I get what he's thinking. Hollywood Brown against, I believe that was J.C. Jackson. 27? Yeah, Jackson. I always like a guy whose last name is Jackson or first name. But yeah, I mean, just running out. I get what he's thinking, but that's just good defense. They don't have the receivers to make that work. You know, that's what you do. You throw that ball to Davante Adams, right? He doesn't have a Davante Adams. All Ravens fans aren't cool for going in the comments of his personal Instagram and saying all the crazy stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who you're talking about. I missed that. Prime Aaron Donald or prime J.J. Watt? That's a good question. I think Aaron Donald's 22 sack season is... Okay, we got a lot of these questions down. Oh, mostly from Thought Pockets. Prime Aaron Donald or prime J.J. Watt? I think I'd go Aaron Donald. That's a good one, though. You could say Watt. That's one you can definitely argue. I just think that what Donald was able to do for his position was just insane. Okay, let's see. I gotta find a new play, and then I'll read some more comments. Got about just a few minutes left, and then we'll sign off. The center for the Ravens. Oh, did they like hate on him? And yeah, I hate it, man. I hate it. It's like, what do you want him to do? Like, just be a better football player? Like, why aren't you better? Like, he's like, I'm trying. I guess a couple of Ravens fans represent the entire fan base. I mean, of course anyone is saying, like, it would happen to any fan base here. Let me blow my nose. I mean, yeah, I think that would happen. Some Ravens fans sent death threats to the center. Like, it's, yeah, and I hate when people say, well, that's, you know, the price you get for being rich and famous. It's like, no, you should never have to deal with that. Like, we shouldn't accept it. We should still continue to call those people out. And again, there's a way to, like It was way more than a couple, but if you're a Ravens fan, didn't mean to offend you. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Right. It's obviously not all the fans. It's obviously not just one either. But yeah, I mean, there's a way to call people out without being a dick about it. And it seems like so many people on the internet just go so far with this stuff. It's just like even like when someone's actually did something wrong, it's like there's a way to call people out without also, creating an angry mob at them. Prime Aaron Rodgers or prime Tom Brady? This might be a hot take. I think I would say Aaron Rodgers for his prime. I would take Brady for his career, if you know what I mean. So when Rodgers was having his best seasons, where what was it, like 45 touchdowns, 5 picks, like that's one of the best seasons ever. So I'd take but then again, Brady had that 50 touchdown season. I think I gotta go Brady. They're both great though. Who has the best fan base in the NFL? Buffalo. Buffalo has the best fan base in the NFL, without a doubt. The way they jump on tables. And I also, one day, applauded that kicker that missed the kick that would have won them the Super Bowl. Like, what a classy team. Like, that's just insane. Brady had Belichick, Rodgers had McCarthy. Well, fine, but, I mean, that's the situation they were in. Yeah, not a great snap here. Oh, he had a bad snap. Let's send death threats to, yeah, that is crazy. I mean, sure. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, if Rodgers was for the Patriots, he would have probably more rings, but he definitely have more rings than one. What about the Raiders? Raiders have a great fan base too. They do, absolutely. There's a lot of good fan bases. I mean, I think every team has good fans and bad fans. I do think there are probably better fan bases and worse fan bases. Obviously Philadelphia, their fan bases, we're going to yell at people and everything. But I think that's fun. That's just kind of unique about it. I mean, I think he deserves almost in the hot seat, but should never beat that. Yeah, absolutely. And that's kind of what I'm saying. You can call someone out and say, listen, you can't be missing those snaps. You just can't. You can't let it happen. At the same time, you don't deserve to be made death threats about it. Yeah, absolutely. So Buffalo has a better fan base than the Steelers and Raiders. I mean, let's not take it too seriously. I think the Buffalo is fun. If you want to say Steelers and Raiders, I don't know every Steelers fan, every Raiders fans, and every Buffalo fan. I just know a few moments from Buffalo that I like. Packers have a really good fan base. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and people love their football in Wisconsin. Can't use what ifs in your argument. It didn't happen. It's a cool fantasy to think about, but it didn't happen. All right. I think that's going to be it for the stream. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I like to do these every now and then. They're definitely. I just figured I'm going to try these more. Hopefully, I'm going to try to post them on YouTube more, so they're more financially worth it. Because right now they're I'm basically just doing it for fun, which is fine. But I think it's a cool way to sort of interact with you guys while still talking. So that's why I do it. It's a cool way to interact. So yep, that's my stream. No, don't get off. Sorry, Thought Pockets. That will be the end of the show. But I will be podcasting tomorrow. Kyle and I will be back podcasting at 9 p.m. So you look like Tom Brady in his prime. Thank you. I think I look closer to Tom Brady in his draft photo. But yeah. So yeah, check in Wednesday. I don't know when I'll be back streaming again, but I'll try to make sure I let you guys know in my videos. And of course, I know this sends a notification to all my followers. So make sure you're following if you want to know next